So this past weekend I logged onto Steam looking for a fun game that I could play for the afternoon. I noticed that Rising Storm 2 was free for the weekend, so I decided to give it a try. After downloading and installing it, I opened the game and played through the tutorial. Feeling confident in my ability to play the game, I entered an online match, killed a guy, and then got instantly murdered. Staring at a death screen, I was about to respawn when I just decided to exit the game instead. I had realized that I was just not in the mood to play a competitive first-person shooter. A week earlier, after hearing about the announcement of Civilization Beyond Earth, I installed Civilization 5 and got pumped to play it. Once installed, I looked at the icon on my desktop and just never ended up opening it. 2 weeks ago, I downloaded FTL after the launch of the Advanced Edition update and played about a half hour of it. I blew up a couple ships, got pretty far, and eventually died. I closed the game and watched TV instead. I've noticed this becoming a trend in my life. The more I have to do, the less I'm willing to play video games that make me think or make me competitive. I find myself almost never being in the mood for shooters that get my inner caveman going or strategy games that make me make serious decisions. Even though my favorite games fall into these categories, I'm rarely ever interested in playing them. And this brings me to the topic. Is there a video game comfort food? Something that'll pick me up after a long, tiring day at work and leave me feeling happy and refreshed once the experience is over? Games that I can always fall on when I desperately want to play something but I don't want to think. In this particular instance, it was Forza Horizon and the Trials series. While games like Trials can certainly be frustrating, the ability to restart at the touch of a button and likewise the rewinding in Forza makes it feel less mentally taxing and stressful than shooters or strategy games. Not to mention the pick up and play of racing games or strategy platforming games like these just have a simpler barrier to entry. I can play a couple of races in Forza, walk away, and feel satisfied. And even if I screw up, I can just hit that magical Y button and rewind. It's funny that a year or two ago, I was sitting in my computer chair scoffing at the idea of a rewind button in Forza. Now it seems to be one of the few games that I can play just about any time because I know I'm not going to feel like throwing a controller through a window when I play it. One of my favorite games, Civilization 5, may not be particularly quick and immediate, but the politics of the NPCs and the players is just a notch above what I feel like dealing with after work. The alternative, of course, is turning down the difficulty and playing on baby mode, but that leaves me feeling unsatisfied. I find it strange that games that used to be pick up and play are now games that I have to plan in advance to play. Civ 5 being one, but shooters like Battlefield and Call of Duty being prime examples. I don't play frequently enough, so every time I start to play, it takes a few matches before I feel confident in my ability to play it. And even then, I get shit on from every direction. Once I really nail it, I dominate the board for a few matches, and I feel satisfied until I lose steam again. Losing after winning really stings, and having it happen multiple times just leaves me unhappy. Eventually, I just shut it off and end up playing something else. While I mentioned Forza Horizon and the Trials series as being good video game comfort food, what I've relied heavily on for the better half of a decade has been Minecraft and the Rock Band series. I've always been a huge fan of music games. Parappa the Rapper being my favorite game as a kid set me up for a future of loving the genre. And honestly, it was a large factor in me deciding to learn how to make music myself. Moving forward, I played just about any rhythm game I could get my hands on, from Guitar Man and Elite Beat Agents to DDR and of course Rock Band. I've had some of the most fun multiplayer gaming moments with a beer in one hand and a Rock Band guitar in the other. And as fun as it is as a group game, I've used the Rock Band series as a chill-out game to relax and listen to some music in the process. With 4 games in the series and a plethora of downloadable songs, I have an incredibly long list of songs to choose from. There's nothing quite like taking a seat and strumming away to an endless highway of fake guitar notes. And while that definitely sets the tone for what's necessary for comfort food gaming for me, there is an absolute and undisputed king of video game comfort food, and that is Minecraft. Minecraft has a very therapeutic aspect to it. The soothing music of C418 is always pleasantly playing in the background while you break the familiar blocks of the world to further your cause. Exploring, building, and mining in Minecraft have eaten months of my real-life time, and I owe a lot of that to the fact that it's really relaxing. Very early on, the mobs no longer pose a threat, and all you have to worry about is mining and building. Don't like where you're at? Take a walk. Climb a mountain, take a peek at what's available, and find a new plot of land to build your castle. After work, I'd much rather start up a world in Minecraft than get yelled at by a bunch of middle schoolers on Call of Duty Ghosts. So, there you have it. Video game comfort food needs to be low stress, and let me turn my brain off and just get in that gaming zone. But that doesn't mean that there's no room for competitive games and other strategic experiences. You bet your ass that I played the shit out of some Civilization 5 at some point this week, but I had to plan in advance to get in that mind state to play it. But I guess that's just part of everything. So enjoy games and play what you want. Whether it's a 2-year-old racing game or a virtual Lego world with exploding penis monsters, it's all about having fun. With that said, what's your video game comfort food? Let us know in the comments. I've been Mike Feyrer for Fish Tuxedo. See you next time.
We'll be right back.